Now, I'm just gonna put plain, right out there. Where it comes to my brother's generation, any generation that grew up, in the mid to late 2000s, not the 2010s. The 2010s were very forbidden for this video, but I'm gonna say, when it comes to the original game, it ends with my generation, and this is reflecting on the battle between Kimmy and Carmina. I'm talking about the whole point of my child, at least my side, not just my child, but my side of the field when it comes to the day, when it comes to political debates, when it comes to us pretending that politics exists with fake ass presidents like Donald Trump, and having excuses like that was ever shouted ever since it was in The Simpsons, and where it comes to the actual criteria things, pretending that the shit with politics is real while having memes 24/7. I'm telling you, literally, where it comes to the original game, literally, where it comes to the move. I'm not talking about literally the actual box the move comes from. Okay, in quotations, I'm telling you, when it comes to slit or the jeans, when it comes to the b-bar move, when it comes to everything, when it comes to you in rap music, it ends in my generation. When it comes to fitting in rap music, it ends right here because I was the last solid excuse of why autistic people still rap to their mother. That literally when it comes to quality, when it comes to socializing, literally because my concept, even though I have children, it's like out there. I'm fucking 24/7, but it's not of that caliber. You need to understand the fact that literally what happened was, each and every person has this, domestic violence when it comes to literally, when it comes to their family, how to treat their family. They all have an extension, There's two extensions, literally. There's the refusal reborn, that's when you digitize, literally, when you're out of bounds. Literally, because someone touched your move first, literally, that creates the debate for a second round. And I'm not trying to go too often to Tyrell or Tyrese or anything you want, get out there, literally, not the hard style of hip hop, not the platinum boys, like anything like that, literally, especially not the faggot ass styling ears. Okay, so, let's just be real. Okay, where it comes to the original Call of Duty, fitting in school, literally, everything where it comes to the style. I'm talking about literally when you do every single move and it lands on something. Literally when it's a solid excuse. The slit in your jeans. Literally. The Dragon Ball Z, crump style that I have today. Literally, anything that's adjacent. Literally, and that's the thing. Literally, when your allies, this is a fact on paper. Literally, you do all this, mathematical shit. You do literally back and forth, literally left or right. Literally, all this, community college, calculation shit. When it comes to actually naturally absorb it, literally, you have two things, literally. When you do a move, literally, and it ends in G, and how you criticize is the blood sucks in the meeting, okay? I can do it to start this video, literally. You see how you go, yeah, with your fingers, how you go up and down, literally, that defeats the purpose of the feeler, okay? That's what this video is dope for. So we go up and down the feeler, literally, and when you do something that ends on G, it ends on my duration. So let's recap, literally. Some people have a mouse, some people have an extension, some people have a stupid ass shit I have with 669, literally, and, the problem and the reason why this isn't gonna prosper is because what I had was an XYZ. I had a girl named Carmina, who was, Puerto Rican, this and that. And I also had, a girl named Kimmy, a girl that I got rejected by. And I did the whole thing in my child, Lily, and I know how I move like a Samoan. I know a lot of things. I just don't have a lot of room in my room right now. No pun intended, but the truth of the matter is, okay, literally, what they do, literally, in domestic violence is they have, the blur, when you get rejected, go up against the XYZ, and they also, do the little cartoon drawings. If you run an animation company and you have a blind character, they're gonna refer to a blind guy who took a Renee G high with blue Jordans, literally, and it's all connected because what they're trying to do is they're trying to catch your brother, literally, he's in a similar situation to you, they caught you a little thing, not too much, literally, with something sexual, you stop in your head, you try to get the understand society, you're street smart, you're too street smart for the regional center, literally, all that shit happens, and guess what ends up happening, literally, your brother has a caseworker that's making sure it starts freelancing, and you have something that you're not even sure has a freelance sign, but it's really complex, okay? So, what ends up happening in terms of the game is that you have an XYZ, somebody that's outlandish, and it goes up against the blur, and it blows them up, right? What's left over is to manipulate people in society, and that's what society does to not call you out as a whole, and that's the truth. And the reason why that is because they want to come at you, you're a Dracula ruler, you see you don't have every action as a reaction, literally, I want to feel what this is like, why you treating me like it's the default, literally, that's the real thing about this shit, and, the greatest thing, about that, and the reason why, I'm so elaborate for this video is because mine was the last one that was legitimate, because mine had the XYZ. It was the original hype. She spoke like a hurricane. She spoke like E40. Her name was Carmina Major. Literally, literally, she was the exact same level, beautiful screen, but she wasn't obviously beautiful, but she had the same attributes. They're at the same level of beauty, but she had, a little more plain style to go with her, a little Amber Rose, this is that style, and it does end with My Generation. The reason why I have to watch this over 35, literally, is because some rappers are shitless, are too scared to take on their butter. That's why I'm in, a bad situation right now. Like, Busta Rhymes still hasn't tried it. Too Short still hasn't tried it. Too Short got into it with my auntie, so it's like, whatever. Literally. It's really it's a hard thing. It's really hard, to come out, the closet, where it comes to, what's actually stopping people from roasting you is that's what they're doing. Literally, they'll catch you literally with autism on paper, all this and that, and then they get an elaborate, response, literally, a criminal record that's less than anybody else's, that looks like a fight, that looks like you messed around or a mystic formula. Literally, it all comes in one place. So anyway, back on topic, it ends with My Generation because, mine had the last organic excuse, okay? Mine had the very last organic excuse, where it can fit in, because the highest of logic XYZ, because it goes to this, it goes for your lunch, we're in junior high, compared to the slugs, you know what you're talking about, the freshman, the move you do when you're a freshman, this, snap, to XYZ, oh, I have freshman, I have XYZ, really, and the combat of that is, to be elaborate, really, and actually, know what you're talking about, through and through, and what you do is you cut something in the middle, and you don't complete it, just like skateboarding, sports, you have to practice to get better at those things, literally, and when you're making jokes like when you first start, oh, you better be junior high, but and that's when junior year kicks in. Like I said, junior year is what you've done with your life, okay? So when it comes to the extracurricular, freshman year is just playing, off shit off your head. And when you read and when you do shit like me, literally, you do shit with experience. That's why you play basketball. Literally, at basketball, literally, and reading is outside of Abbott's comprehension. That's what makes you feel real. So you can never be fooled by a 30-minute show that just goes straight like this. Literally, life is all like this. Literally, going all around. Literally, when people speak, it comes about their journeys. That's what living life is all about. It does come with something, but that's where people are coming from. So mine was the last excuse. Because what happens, literally, if you have a girl like, oh, this is that, you try to be popular, literally, and everything is all good, and then they come back with a blur. Mine was the last solid excuse on paper, literally. That's how I went, literally. When it blows stuff up, I want to hear negotiation. And you know what I say to you? I'm like, why do I, with the strongest message, literally, still in doubt, literally, even though I have the biggest shot to something petty? It's really how I appreciate it. Literally, I was an old man, I was old enough, to pair her genitals, so I didn't care if she was the winner. I'm like, now you see me, and that's it. Literally, so get that. Is he gonna get that personality out of somebody else? No, literally. And the reason I made this was all concise video because I did my research in the early 2000s. What makes it over impactful is, the thing of playing an instrument. Because if you play an instrument, literally, and then you dance, and then you do other things, you understand everything about it, which is what mature is. You don't like it until you understand everything about it. And when it comes to concept, it cuts that shit in half. Anyway, this is also, a reference to a meme I saw that made an echo by me. Saying that people born in 95 would be 30 last year, and had a big echo that I was the biggest celebrity of all time because I was the golden child, really, but I did cut it in half from Mochichi saying that, and that one kid, in 95 rose up, that was me, okay? So, literally, that's all one important video. I don't care what you see in the beginning, you didn't see anything, it doesn't matter, and that's the thing, I already told you already, literally, that gangster's ability to affect marriage because he keeps on moving, just like sports. And when it comes, this, in this, it's like mine. That Carmina shit was the last before memes, and that's it, literally. And so it was beautiful. You have to understand that. Everybody loved the style. And what hurt the most is that it was the anime style. Literally, when the bird literally were posting shit, literally this and that, it looked just like DBZ. So I'm like, you gotta give it up. Literally, that's what our bros generation knows about. And they're childish too, because literally, they want to break down minerals. They want to know this is that about the girl, in real estate, but they don't want to take their family on. And that's really what's wrong with them. Literally, I know they're using my studio, they're using Fight School that they can't socialize properly. Literally, it's their generation doesn't socialize first, before mine, and what mine does is mine plays off life, by itself, when it comes to sports, graphics and everything. That's why, when I was playing in high school, I was playing tests like drawing, anime, J. Drew Ray, buried me. When it comes to playing sports, really, I did backtrack a little bit. I didn't run any day. I was good at that game for starter. I had, no paces, really. So, autism, everything is still a part of my generation. But how we play off shit is like a cartoon. We can't have somebody like Walter Arndt, literally, being the captain of the football team who's fast, not faster than other, players from other schools like Demetrius, and having Eris have an echo them be, equal in terms of looks and everything, but Aaron's extreme. I mean, extreme, edge when it comes to style. Literally, that gets in the way of responsibility, and that's not good, man. That really gets in the way of, me viewing something. How am I supposed to take something explaining if somebody is presenting something plain? What they're doing is apparent in reality, all right? That happened a lot, literally, and that's why, literally, don't cut corners with me, literally, I fuck hoes, literally, I know fucking permission, I'm like, hey, what's up, my dick, literally, I'm fucking full confidence, after I cut my arm, literally, after I admit in the beginning, literally, I'm like that, do not play me, because what I do, I'm like, don't even talk about, Harrison High School, who's complaining about his personal problems in wrestling practice, and physical activity is moms taking the fuck away from me, don't get further, Demario, I do that shit all day, literally, I became the best rapper of all time, so, beat it, literally, I was almost homeless in the street, literally, and I have a full, like, most definitely live quality, I don't want to hear that shit. And this is true. So this is, the last of my generation. So anyway, this is, if you're over 35, listen to this because you still want to play a game. And you can be 35 and still haven't beat your mother, still haven't done this and that. And some rappers are terrified of shit. Real gangsters, literally, when you go and buy a gangster, the government, this is that, and they catch you a victim, that's it. Literally, not only do they trap you to your uncle, they trap you literally with the crap you did before and everything in a jail setting. I just saw a dog in the street. I just saw a pit bull on the street that's like Alpha Omega, literally, by itself, no owner, literally. And I know, literally, the cops have the best response too because they all do the same thing. I'm sorry. What Nutrix knows every day. I know Aaron. I know Lily. They bald guy. Lily. They both fucking talk to Daffy Duck in their head. I'm still banging the drum. But Lily, I know everybody. Lily got filed for domestic violence. It's a part of growing up. Lily, I want to do this is that. Then you attack your family. Every single person has that. Nobody has not, went through that. All right. Literally, and you know what they do? Literally, they do strength still like going between the garment like game rules do and avoid domestic violence activating. So I'm the only man here, you know what I'm saying? Literally, I'm better than some extra rappers, I'm telling you. It's real truth I'm watching every fucking day. Literally, I know Aaron, I know Aaron's brother, I know everybody around. Because you keep on having repetition. I knew how to make a beat, I knew how to make nods, I knew how to do everything, but what you put me in was some fuck shit because when you're a celebrity, you're still supposed to be a square. And that's the thing, because I can get a girl such ease, because I can do this and that, is why I put myself, in a bad situation because most celebrities aren't supposed, to feel that way, on stage. And I know people are a delicacy, okay? And that's a big thing, and I already told him, literally, you took away delicacy at Troy not because I was playing basketball, and that's, this is, MT, and that's it for this video.